Hi, welcome to another episode of Charlene's Vision. Today I have the phenomenal Patricia Frame. She's a great person and we knew each other for a while, but here's Patricia and she's going to be talking about her product. So Patricia, tell me a little bit of your background.
Hi, thank you, Charlene. You know, I would like to say that was a phenomenal welcoming you gave me. And as people listen to this show, maybe they'll get to see me a little bit more and they'll get to see you a little bit more.
Definitely.
And I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Well, I am a soap maker, right? And it's something that people are getting back into, but but it's not very common. You know what I mean? And I don't think what I do is very common. I really pay attention to what goes into the soaps.
So what got you started? Talk a little bit about the background of like how you got all started with this.
Okay, I got started making soap years and years ago. First of all, soap has been in my family, and in older times, people just didn't have the money, right, to go out and buy soaps from the market or whatever, or the markets were unavailable to them. So they had to come up with techniques of how to make soap. And soap goes all the way back to Egypt. You know, the earliest soap makers were Egyptians.
Wow.
So that's how long soap has actually been around, and the knowledge of how to make soap. So soap has been in my family, and my mother used to tell me stories about how they used to render lard, right, and put ash with it and water, and they'd sit around a fire and they would make soap.
Oh, nice.
You know, so she showed me when I was a girl, you know, many little scars on her legs, you know, from where the ash would pop out on her leg as she sat by the fire. But we don't do that today, but we still use those basic ingredients.
Right.
So in my family, my daughter had skin problems. And you know, I started researching what exactly we were buying in the stores, and a lot of it is detergents, and it's not necessarily a soap.
A lot of people don't know that.
Right, so a detergent actually functions differently than a soap.
It does?
Right, it does. A soap actually, the molecules in it combine with the dirt, right? The fat part of the molecules in the soap, and then the water actually whooshes it away.
Okay.
So it's a two-part process, you know, of how it cleanses. And once it cleanses, it goes into the environment and you'll see soap scum around your tub.
Okay.
You know, so that is...
So that's good when you see soap scum?
Yes, so that's the dirt, all sorts of skin flakes or whatever.
The dead skin.
Your dead skin, right? And anything else, your oils have been lifted off the surface of your skin and now they're on the side of the tub. So we find that when that goes down the drain and into the earth, it actually breaks down back into components that the earth can use. So it is bio-friendly.
Nice.
Right? Whereas a detergent we know is not bio-friendly,
okay, so
and it is not
detergent.
skin-friendly. So, so a soap is a soap, and a detergent is a detergent, and most likely you're buying a detergent in the store. So back to my child, you know, so I think one of the first soaps that I created was an oatmeal soap, you know, because oatmeal has all sorts of wonderful benefits for the skin in healing and drying, helping with dry skin.
So this is the oatmeal like I eat every morning?
Yes, it is, the oatmeal that you eat. You know, I might even use that great brand of oatmeal, you know.
Internal and external, great.
Yeah, so, but most of the stuff that I use, I try to use very wholesome ingredients that are organic. You know, they can be found in your cabinet, right? They can be used alone, like some of the butters, the shea butters and the cocoa butters.
Right.
But so I made this oatmeal soap for my daughter, and it helped her skin condition that she had.
So what did she have again? Like,
you know, she had eczema.
Okay, eczema.
So I used it for her eczema.
Okay. Does that actually eliminates the eczema? Like, what is the result of that?
You know, we cannot say that they provide medicinal purposes, but oatmeal is known to help heal the skin.
Heal the skin. Okay, so that's pretty good. So you say you started out with the oatmeal, and then I know from that you went on and on and on and on, right?
Right.
So,
First, I learned basic soap making.
Basic soap making.
And then I started.
So how did you actually learn how to make the soap? Like,
I had a friend that was actually making soap since my parents had died by they were deceased by that time. So she actually, visually led me through. So you can see what each stage of soap making looks like.
okay, so she like just took you step by step?
She showed us once or twice, and then it's trial and error and failure,
Right.
and success, right.
Right.
So then you just play around with it. You have the basic formula, right?
Basic formula.
There's a basic formula, and depending on what fat you're using, whether it's an animal fat or
Which is,
a vegetable fat, right? It has a little bit different mixture of the acid. I mean, and the water.
Right.
So
That's pretty good. Now, I know with soap, it seems like it takes a long time. I actually been to your house, and I'm seeing all these soaps all over the place. Now, I know that seems like it takes time for soaps. So the process of how to develop a soap, see, this is the problem I'm having. I'm having the problem where if I want to make soap, let's just say people out there saying, okay, I want to make soap. How long does it actually take to make soap? You have to, boil water and do all of this process? How long is the process?
from beginning to end.
So from beginning to end.
So from the kitchen, the stove, right, to the actual bar soap is at least 6 weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks.
See, I can't wait 6 weeks to wash up, I need something really quicker than that. So I'm like, 6 weeks, it's a long time to process soap, which I think. So the beginning to end is the 6 weeks process, right? And then you're saying after the 6 weeks, it may still not come out right?
Trial and error, right? It's not so much trial and error, it's actually chemistry. But sometimes the humidity is high or you mess things up and the soap doesn't become as firm as you would like it.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by a mess up. It's still usable and
still
doable,
usable. Okay,
but
so
it doesn't, it's not useful for me cutting it to be a bar soap.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do with those products is I will recycle them or whatever, and I'll make detergents, and I'll make liquid soaps, and I'll make
liquid soap is nice.
Yes, I use that in my home, and I actually have product of liquid soap. That's a butter.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about these in a minute.
So you can use them in the laundry. You can make your own laundry detergents with these soaps.
Oh, that's interesting.
You can use them by the kitchen stove, because
Do you wash dishes with these as well?
You can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. A soap is a soap.
A soap is a soap.
Right, and it's gonna break down the dirt on the surface of whatever you use it for. You may not want to use it on a mirror because it's going to take you a long time to shine it, but it will get rid of all the dirt.
It'll get all the dirt, and that's the purpose of a soap anyway, to get rid of the dirt that we have on our skin.
And you can use it on your dogs because they're all,
nice.
they're all organic, vegetable material, lye, water, and fat.
Okay, so let's talk about the two soaps you have in front of you. So the first one is the what?
Okay, this is your favorite soap, actually.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
This is her, and it's called Black Rose.
I love that name.
And it is made up of charcoal, right?
Okay.
And rose petals, which I actually grow in my yard, and I use some essential oils and other things. And the rose petal is rich in vitamin C, and we just cannot get enough vitamin C. We need to sit in the sun. We need to rub it on our skins. We need to eat it because it is very essential for our body. Huh. So vitamin C is a potent antioxidant. And it also brightens your skin.
Nice.
So this is, that's what vitamin C does, found in the rose, right, and in the essential oils that I use. So the black part of this soap, what makes it black is the charcoal.
Yeah.
And everything is made up of charcoal. right? Everything is made up
People
of
say charcoal. I don't know.
Well, the basic element, I should say, the basic element of carbon,
Okay.
which is basically what charcoal is. So
Right.
everything has a C element in it,
Right.
right? That's for the science people.
Exactly, and that's for you because I think you have been a chemist too, right?
Not a chemist, but I was in sciences.
Using sciences,
Yes.
so you know about these things.
Yes. So, and there was such a rage on charcoal products. People were putting charcoal on their mouth and charcoal whatever, and having some success with it. So I created a soap that combined the charcoal element, which is like a detox, you know what I mean, with the rose element.
Nice.
So you kind of get a balance in that softening and the
Right.
harshness, right? So I'd sit around and I think about these things, and I look in my yard, and I'm an avid gardener.
Nice.
So I research herbs and other things that grow around me just to see what they are used for and how people have used them in the past.
Right, so that makes sense. However, sometimes the combination of them, you need to know a little bit about these because do you have anything like clashes? Like a little bit about the products you put in there. Is there something that you can place in your product that does not work well? Does that make sense?
I have not found it yet.
No?
Well, it depends on what I'm looking for. A product that doesn't work well. Which type of product are you talking?
Well, I'm just saying something like how you just say, for instance, if I'm just like using alcohol and bleach together, those two those are not really good products. So something like that, like something where an explosion happens.
I've never had an explosion, and I never will. And
Okay.
I use, I use.
Because everything is natural, right? So
Well, everything's natural, but I am using harsh chemicals.
using harsh chemicals,
So
right?
I have to use safety.
Exactly, that's what
So I will use gloves, cover up, because I'm working with things that can potentially harm me. Right.
Right.
I don't think it will blow up the soap, but
Okay.
but it might harm me.
Right.
These are,
Words.
these are, or the soap, I should say, is the basic soap.
Okay.
That comes with a recipe, plus a creative idea that I've thrown in.
Right, you're always
Right.
so creative. Like someone wants to do this, like you are very creative, and you thought of the black rose, placing like rose petals inside of the soap. Like that's something that you thought of, correct?
Right, right. I infused most of the soaps with some kind of live organic matter.
Organic matter.
Now, what did you just say to me? Oh, explosions. I think the worst thing that I've ever done was had a smell that I did not like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there are some combinations of essential oils that weren't pleasant to me, but other people thought they were pleasant.
Oh, okay. So it's always something that's good for some and not for others.
Right.
Now we also have something here. It's called lavender. Now, what is actually this? This is not a soap. So I know we focus on soap, however, but there's things that's not even soap. So Miss Patricia, she have so many products, and they all great products as well. I mean, I actually tried tons of them, and I love them to death. So we have something here. We have some sugar scrub cubes. Tell me a little bit. I didn't even know about sugar scrub.
So a sugar scrub, like I said, I grew up with, or I live in a house with women, 2 daughters, and they're always researching and looking into things, and then we go out to stores or whatever, and I think I was in a store, and I saw the sugar cube scrubs, and I was like, wow, that's a great idea.
Okay.
So I just came back and created my own.
See, that's awesome.
So I took a basic sugar scrub recipe, and enhanced it with my oils, or I made it with my oils. Like I use organic coconut oil.
Nice.
Or mango oil.
Mango oil.
Or I can't even think of it anymore, but those shea butters.
Cheese butters.
And things of that nature. And I came up with blends and combinations that were suited for me, and keeping it on the organic side. I didn't want to put a lot of stuff in it.
Right.
And I just, a lot of artificial stuff.
Right.
Or there is no artificial stuff, right?
Right.
And I just process the sugar cubes.
Now,
and-
this also takes like 7 weeks to do.
No. Those are instantaneous. You can use them as soon as you make them.
Oh, nice. I
Right.
like that. Something.
And-
I like instantaneous things.
Right, and the sugar scrub that you held up,
Yeah.
the one in the pack,
This one?
either one, that's a brown sugar scrub, right? That's a salt scrub?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a brown sugar scrub too. And I just infused those with different types of oils and a blend that I created. It smells lovely. Wait till you smell it. Now show them what it looks like.
This is beautiful right
Yeah.
here. Look at
And
that.
so that's a sugar scrub that you can use.
Ooh, I love the texture of this.
And the smell, right?
Can I taste it too? It's like you want to eat this. I mean, really, I feel like I just want to eat this. What will happen if I do?
Nothing, right? Because remember, it's all natural products. So there's shea butter, coconut oil in there, and some other stuff, right?
This is awesome. It smells so good, but it's like to eat.
And it has like ground up orange in there and
I can smell
all sorts of stuff.
Right. Now, how long you been doing this for? You said how long you been in business?
Well, I've actually been in business less than a year. I got LLC about a year and a half, a year.
I mean, you saying all of this has just happened in a year? Really?
No, the soap making has been for a while,
Okay.
since my children were children.
Okay.
Right? But I became an official business.
Okay, business.
Right.
Okay. So you just been doing it personally for your family.
Well, and my friends.
Your
I used to
friends.
give it away.
Oh,
You know what I
nice.
mean? And
And I know somebody's like, you crazy girl. You need to be making some money off of this stuff because this stuff is the bomb. I get that.
right. So we just
took
changed.
their advice.
I took my children's advice, and they said, "Mom, your products are good, and maybe we should try and market these
That sounds
and
good.
share them." You know.
Okay, so name some of the products here. We're going to talk a little bit about this royal treatment. Now, I have never seen this one before.
I think you have. I just packaged it a little bit differently.
Okay.
So, like I said, with all our different skin conditions, and myself personally, I have very dry skin.
Right.
So, I love feeling soft, and I love things that just go into your skin.
Into your-
I am 60 years old.
Wow, you
Right?
look good.
And I like to slather on stuff because it makes me feel good.
Makes you feel good.
And it keeps my skin soft. So in those creations, that's called a royal jelly, a royal oil, right? I came up with shea butter as the base, and there's some grapeseed oil and some other, combinations of things. And I came up with an oil that is just wonderful for the skin. It's a little thick when you first apply it, but then as you rub it, it kind of soaks in.
It soaks in, right, which
And
is really good.
so you're trying it now.
Yeah.
And
See, what I'm doing is I'm trying this one. I tried this one, so it's like I get a different type of scent because there's two different things.
do you like that, the way that
This
rubs
one is really
into
good
your
too.
skin?
I love this one as well. And it says castor oil.
Yes,
Seed
there's
oil.
castor seed oil, yep,
Yeah.
and there's grapeseed oil, and
Right. So you always make the same or you do other things? It seems like you just have so many products. And how do you find time to just actually do all of this?
usually I do them in small batches,
Small batches.
because they are created within my home. And like I had a show, so I just made up a bunch of body scrubs, and then I store them, until they are needed. But I keep a limited supply.
That would be a great idea, like having a show with skin products and people come and just have skin. So this is all type of texture, like if just say someone has dry skin, because somebody's like to me, oh, Charlene, I know you have this, but do you have something for dry skin? Do you have something for oily skin? Do you have something for mild skin? What do you recommend for stuff like that?
Depending on the soap, if we're talking about a soap, there's a soap I make with comfrey,
Right.
which grows in my yard. But comfrey is like, they call it the bone knitter's daughter. So it just does wonderful things in healing your skin. So, I really, like I said, we can't say that these heal, right? But there are benefits to using them. And I think it's because of the herbal ingredients and the high quality of oils. You know, I've never had a person say that they haven't enjoyed the soap and have received benefits.
Right,
Have
and
not
we know it
received
doesn't
benefits.
heal, but we know once it's lathered on your skin looks great, and we know it's healthy stuff that we're putting,
Absolutely.
replacing and applying on the skin, which
Absolutely.
is really good, because we definitely want something that's to be applied on our skin that's nice and
Healthy.
and healthy.
You know, and that doesn't have a lot of the chemicals in it. So these are, you
So
know,
it's very educational stuff that I think that is awareness and that we should know about.
absolutely. You know, and I think we should, I think society is trying to switch to a person-safe, planet-safe product.
Oh, right. That is good as well. Yeah, yeah. So what makes your products like stand out from other products? Because I noticed there's like a lot of people that are into business, and I know I talked about that in my first show, is that the new entry level and the competition that's out there that's actually doing a lot of the same things. Everybody wants to start the business, however, they're doing a lot of the same things. What can you say that your stuff is like unique, different from others?
I think the blend of oils that I use.
The blend of oils.
Right, they're secret.
Unless you're going to tell me.
No,
and I'll put
yes,
these up
it's
front,
a blend, the combination of the different oils that I use.
Right.
And the combination of the herbs that I use.
Right.
But I think the most important thing is that I did not start the soap business to make money.
Right.
You know, I started making soaps, high quality soaps, you know, for my own personal enjoyment and for my family and friends' enjoyment.
Right.
And, you know, so I take care with what actually goes in each product.
Right.
And I think that high quality
Loving care.
yeah, and it really makes a difference in the quality of the soap. You know, we're not after money. We're after an experience. You know, one that is wholesome and makes us well.
Right.
You know.
And that's what we want all to be well. We want to make sure. So that's why this is definitely educational, just to let you know that what you're putting on your skin is healthy, right?
Yes.
Organic.
Yes.
Which is good, and natural.
And natural.
Right. Now, there's a lot of products in these, or it's just something that you can say, what, 5 products, or something that's a lot more products?
What are you asking?
Like
how
the
many products
ingredients,
do I have?
Like the products itself, like how many do you have?
Online, there's probably 10 different products.
10? I think
At
it's
least, or a little bit more. 10 different
it's
soaps.
way more than 10 you have.
10 different soaps, and then some other products.
Oh, now we are more clear,
Okay.
because I know I have seen more than 10 different products. She has tons of products, tons of them.
But I don't have large quantities. So, and you know, because they are natural, I
Right.
don't want to keep them. You know, I have enough to whatever, go forward. But, you know, I
You
don't.
don't have a lot of quality. Right. So one other thing I want to ask as well is that you say you don't have a lot of quality.
No,
how long
products.
Does the product? Okay, the products. So how long does this last? Like, just say if somebody like you made this, can this last for 2 years, 3 years? What's the
You know,
expiration?
it depends on if you open it and use it. You know what I mean?
That makes
so
sense.
if you're sticking dirty hands in your sugar scrub or something like that, then it shortens the life to like 6 months or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, but if you're using a spoon, then there's nothing actually in that sugar product that's going to spoil.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? It may change, you know, if you keep it in the bathroom, like with one of the butters I make, if I keep it in the bathroom, you know, it'll go soft on me, you know, so the texture may change.
Okay.
But, you know, generally we want to use them up in like 6 months
Yeah.
to a year, you know, because they are fresh, there's no preservatives in them,
6 months.
you know, and you want to just use them. You don't want them to sit there and look pretty.
Okay. Well, I want to say just thank you for coming on this show. We love having you. I knew Patricia, and she is awesome. I'm telling you, she knows her stuff. And if you need any information about if you have some type of skin disorder and you would like to just have some questions, she's very open and she's very, very friendly person. And she probably can answer your questions for you. So her information is at the bottom of this screen. And if you want to contact Miss Patricia Frame, you can. She will be gladly to just help you out if you have any questions. Okay? And thanks again for watching Charlene's Vision. Until next time.